Meta's shares down by 20% in after-hours trading. Tesla faces criminal investigation by the US Department of Justice. Apple raises its subscription. This and more coming up shortly. Hello everyone, welcome to the Technerds show. I'm Victoria Imager, and this week we are bringing you all trending stories in the world of tech. Do ensure to click the follow button and catch up with our previous podcast conversations. Without further ado, let's get into the stories making the headlines this week. As economic pressures continue to hit hard on the tech sector, Apple follows the steps of Disney to find a sustainable way of maintaining revenue by increasing subscriptions. Apple on Monday announced an increase in the cost of its music and movie streaming services. Individual Apple Music subscriptions are now $10.99 per month, up from $9.99, and family plans that may accommodate up to 5 people are now $16.99 per month, up from $14.99. Given that rising inflation has more generally increased expenses for Americans across a variety of services, the new price increases may be the most recent test of how much consumers are ready to spend on streaming products. In another development, Google announces a decline in its third quarter earnings results. As a result of a severe decline in the growth of its primary advertising business, Google on Tuesday disclosed earnings results for the third quarter, falling short of Wall Street analysts' projections for both revenue and profits. It announced earnings of roughly $69.1 billion, an increase of just 6% from the same time last year. Compared to the 43% rise it reported a year earlier, Google's ad revenue growth increased only 2.5% year over year. Rivaled by TikTok, YouTube's ad business was particularly badly impacted, with revenue falling by over 2% from the previous quarter. Google's net income, on the other hand, came in at $13.9 billion, significantly below the $16.6 billion experts had predicted and dropped more than 26% from the previous year. Alright, we hope to see that get better in the coming years. In another news, WhatsApp services restored after a global outage. On Tuesday, WhatsApp experienced a severe global outage that prevented users from using the app to send or receive messages. Issues with the most widely used messaging app in the world began around 3 a.m. Eastern Time, and the services returned for some customers as of 4:50 a.m., but it continued to be unavailable for others in other parts of the world. The site, which received close to 70,000 complaints of outages, according to statistics from Down Detector, a program that monitors service interruptions globally, was later restored same day. There wasn't really an obvious insight as to what must have caused the outage. The services was fully restored before the end of the day, and according to Meta spokeswoman in a statement, Meta was aware many experienced problems sending messages on WhatsApp earlier in the day, but had fixed it and the services was restored. We hope not to see more outages from WhatsApp, as this is not the first time it has happened. Moving on, things aren't getting any better for Meta as Meta's shares continues a downward slide in 2022 earnings reports. Meta announced a second consecutive quarter of declining revenue and predicts a third quarter of declining revenue. Over $9 billion was lost by the company's Reality Labs segment in the first 3 quarters, which houses its VR devices. The stock crashed in late trade after already losing 2/3 of its value this year. This quarter's financial results for Meta aren't giving its investors much hope. Inflation is partially to blame for the 4% year-over-year fall in Meta's revenue, which CFO David Werner noted during the company's results call yesterday. Net income, however, was only $4.395 billion, a significant decrease from $9.194 billion year over year. After Facebook's parent company issued a dismal prediction for the fourth quarter and missed Wall Street's earnings estimate, Meta shares continued their downward slide into 2022 and fell 20% in extended trading on Wednesday. General downturn in online advertising spending, difficulties with Apple's iOS privacy change, and heightened competition from TikTok are all issues that Meta is battling. This is Meta's fourth straight decline in quarterly profit as investors remain dissatisfied over Meta's metaverse project rising cost. That's a big one to worry about, Mark. Also trending this week, Tesla faces criminal investigation by the US Department of Justice. Tesla is reportedly the subject of a criminal investigation by the US Department of Justice in response to statements made by the automaker regarding its autopilot capabilities. According to Reuters, the investigation began last year after more than 8,000 incidents involving the active usage of Tesla's autopilot system, some of which resulted in fatalities. Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla, has made several bold promises about autopilot's capabilities. According to the most recent publicly available data, the company's so-called Full Self-Driving or FSD beta program, which is not actually that at all, was started in October 2020 and has since enrolled over 100,000 users from the broader worldwide Tesla owner community. And these are some of the trendy stories we've been tracking amid several other headlines this week. We'd like to know what your thoughts and reactions are concerning these stories and especially Meta's stock crash by leaving us a comment here and on our social media at the Technerds Show. Thanks for being a part of this week's update. Tech Conversations continues next week with an intriguing topic you don't want to miss. Enjoy the rest of your week. Catch you next week.